Meet your partner. Howdy, Alice. If we're going to look into this necromancer business, I figure we ought to start with the local cemeteries. Makes sense. Do you know where they are? Yeah, I did some research into the Territories cemeteries a while back. Territories cemeteries. Territory ceremonies. To see if there was a pattern. Are you okay? Sorry. Anyway, there's one not too far from here. You discovered a new map. The Dave Yard. What do you think we should do next? Well, if you're looking to find out the lay of the land, I guess a railroad crew would be able to give you a fairly literal interpretation. The lay of the land, I get it. Any other ideas? Alice says you should see the bartender about renting a room in Dirtwater. It'd be nice to have a base of operations. That's all the suggestions you can think of. Much obliged. Let's start at the fall. Wow, this is a big place. Hey, how come they're allowed to drink without hats on? Stage? The Jewel Saloon stage. Well, there's a cowbell that I could ring. This chair fell over. There we go. Nope. It was fun, though. There's a sign that says, "See bartender for darts." Here's the kitchen. This lady is too busy washing dishes to pay attention to you. This shelf is full of canned and bottled ingredients and boxes of slop helper. Hey, what are you doing in here? Employees only, bud. Oh, sorry, I was just, looking around. So you're the nosy type, eh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter, and I need someone to go pick me up some more. Saltpeter? Isn't that used to make gunpowder? And other things. Look, who's the chef here, me or you? Okay. Where can I find it? Your best bet's a military camp. Because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up! The nearest one is Fort Cowardice. They keep it in little green jars. The chef marks the fort on your map. Okay, be right back. Atop this pot-belly stove is a pot full of slop. A pot stove top slop pot. This is where the chef preps ingredients for cooking. It's also where he parks his beer. Slop, 5 meat. Can't I just eat the meat? The piano player is not very good at his job. These guys are having a spirited discussion about guns and which of theirs is nicer. The old man stares off in the distance, listening to the piano. He doesn't react to you at all. This poster says Rules of Poker. Rules of Poker. Followed by hundreds of weird rules in tiny print. A player holding 2 sixes must immediately hand 23 meat to the player on their left. A Tennessee straight beats a straight. A player with more than 5 cards in their hand must immediately double their bet. Any player holding 4 nines of clubs must add 15 meat to the pot. 4 fives and 2 queens of diamonds count as a straight. Really? Any player who draws a tray must remove their hat. A pair of 5s of clubs beat a 4 of hearts, but can't be in the same hand as 2 twos. I am done with that. This table is full up. No room at this table. There's an empty seat here. Play poker. You sit down at the poker table. A dealer emerges from somewhere in the back and sits down next to you. The lady to your right introduces herself as Clementine, and the player to your left says his name is Gene. The dealer tells you the ante is 20 meat. The dealer gives the deck a shuffle, and then deals. A hand of cards glides across the table to you. It's a pretty decent hand. 4 sixes and a deuce. It's the first round. The pot is 60 meat, and you estimate your chances of winning at around 30%. Grit my teeth and strategize. Oh, you cock your hat at a jauntier angle. Plus 20% win chance. It's the second round of betting. You estimate your chances of winning at around 50%. Grit your teeth and raise. Let's do it. You wink at Gene and pop 20 more meat down on the table. It's the last round of... Oh, I needed... Gumptiously strategize. It's the last round of betting. Time to do or die. The plot is at 120 meat. You estimate your chance of winning 50%. You arrange your cards in a more aesthetically pleasing spread. Plus 20% win chance. Reveal your cards! Boof. Alright. I won. Let's walk away, though. It was fun, and we'll come back. We'll come back when we have more gumption. This is a spittoon, which is a sort of brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor. Because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing that you're pretty intimately familiar with spittoons already. Sicko. Look, the Jewel Saloon is pretty nice as saloons go. Actual glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drink, a poker room instead of a cockfighting pit. But this spittoon is still a spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside it isn't fancy rancid tobacco spit. Here we go again. Alright, fine. You are now hunkered down next to a brass filth bucket, which has probably never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert and the ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that the spit evaporates nearly as quickly as it accumulates. So that's good, right? No, that's bad, because only the water part of the spit that evaporates. This brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit. The toxins and filth that don't evaporate. Several years' worth. Distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed to flick cigarette butts into this spittoon anymore because they bounce out. You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something the color and viscosity of maple syrup, except instead of maple, it's flavored with the insides of mouths of people who chew cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth. Yeah. Glorp. It feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca pudding, except instead of tapioca, it's basically poison. It smells like someone ran over a skunk, waited a week, and then set it on fire. I love good writing. I love it so much. It feels like your hand is dissolving. Keep searching. You found something. You found a tacky, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine. A useless, disgusting thing that will make a great heirloom for your children, assuming you're still able to have any, and you hate them. You have to hold this little porcelain cow upside down because it's filled with tobacco spit, and you don't want it to spill out the little hole in the bottom of it. And it's actually useful. I don't have an offhand item yet. Wonderful. I do hope that there's an achievement for digging in every spittoon. That gal doesn't look like she's in the mood to talk. Well, howdy there. Always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi, thanks. I'm Infinite Pie. Glad to know you, Infinite Pie. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. I saw the sign out front, advertising a room. Well, that's right, finest room in the house, and plenty of room for your partner, too. You interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella, and he paid a month in advance right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it. Gratis. Wow, great. Unexpected. And then he disappeared. There he is. Need help with anything? Well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player. I thought the music sounded a little off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. See what I can do. Thanks, I'd have poked around in him myself, but I lost the key. This has suddenly taken a strange turn. The music sounds fine to me. Oh, no, it is a little off, isn't it? I see you found the local watering hole. Yeah, it's decent. Let me know if you find a whiskeying hole, though. Heh! Oh. These guys must have fallen asleep during a brawl. Your room. Oh, do we get to decorate it? We sure do. Postcard? Yeah, an item blank postcard. This is a blank postcard. Maybe you should write to your family back home. In case you don't know how the mail works, you send these by going to a building called a post office and giving it to the correspondence wizard who works there. Nice view from up here. You look at yourself in the mirror. Do I get experience for insulting myself? Oh. You call yourself a pony-loving, goblin-kissing jerk. You're madder than a hornet. If your anger level gets higher than one, you'll pass out from... Okay, so that's the effective, like... Alright, well, I don't want to insult myself again. This is a nice stat boost. I like this. Oh, we lost our turnipness, though. I need to get good and drunk again. Oh, this is bad. They're engrossed in conversation. Leave them be. Who's that old man by the piano? Oh, that's old Ellsbury. A tragic fellow he is. He was a writer and a poet. Came out west to sell his stories, but nobody were buying. Too weird, his stories. Fantastical-like. Too bad. I love that stuff. Well, it don't matter much now, anyway. He had to get normal work to make ends meet. Did passing well as a prospector. Until one day he lost his mind in a mind. He what now? You know what I mean. He saw something. Something that made him stop telling weird tales. Something that made him stop talking near completely, come to that. He just stands there by the piano nowadays. Seems to calm him down. As long as he don't make much trouble, I don't mind him too much. I feel a little sorry for him, to be honest. Poor fella. Can I get some darts? The sign on the dartboard said to see you for darts. Oh, sorry, all the darts got broken months ago. It's disappointing. Poor old Ellsbury. You lift up the piano player's coat to reveal the hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but not a very good lock. I don't have any needles. I will keep an eye out for haystacks. Dirtwater Mercantile. I've played enough RPGs before. I know never buy any gear whatsoever. Only find it. No, it's not true. Sundry provisions, miscellaneous provender, various groceries, assorted comestibles. Oh, but I can sell some stuff. But why would I sell it? I don't need to buy anything. Ugh. This is a can of stubby sausages made mostly of blood in a syrup that is also made mostly of blood. This is a less convenient precursor to toothpaste. for use with less convenient precursors to toothbrushes. These are crackers made with highly caffeinated cola instead of water. They sound revolting. Oh, soda crackers. Haha, I getcha. I own a shovel. They call this plum pudding because it's plump. Oh, like plump udding? They call this plum pudding because it's made of goat milk extracted from plump udders. Oh, I'll be buying a skill though. This is an old back issue of a popular magazine for snake oilers. Nice. 3 dynamites. No thanks. Disposable binoculars. Used to discover a new map location if you can find a high vantage point. Want to look at more than one thing through them? Too bad. Yeah, sure. What was the... Here we go. There's an article entitled Debilitating Toxins. Where are they now? Gives bad medicine, a combat skill that will reduce a target's moxie. There's a recipe for a quick brew potion that fortifies your mind, body, and spirit. Gives strong medicine and a combat skill that temporarily increases muscle musicality and mox. And there's a recipe for a new kind of snake oil concoction that looks like it might come in handy in a fight. Good medicine lets you recover HP in combat. Probably gonna go with strong medicine. You memorize the formula. Afterwards, you accidentally drop the magazine in a puddle, ruining it. AP costs 2. I only have 1 AP per combat for right now, but soon enough I'll have 2. Can I buy that again? No. Dirtwater Post Office, sponsored by LTNT. One of those newfangled telegraph machines. Big cabinet of locked post office boxes. Hi, I'm Infinite Pie Glitch. Any mail from me? Nope. Darn. Well, I'd like to send a postcard. Alrighty, let's have it. You write a quick note to Rufus letting him know what you've been up to and that you're okay. That'll be... Oh, it's one of them prepaid ones. That'll be 0 meat then. Thanks. This little girl's selling flowers? Eris? Buy them. These flowers smell really good. Goes my offhand stench resistance. Classic, just like Kingdom of Loathing. The clerk clears her throat. Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. Offer to be sheriff, offer to help, offer to leave, and leave. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of justice. Wanted posters are back there. Cells are over yonder. She points behind her and off to the right, respectively. It's a wanted poster. No, wait. You misread it. It's a wasted poster? Close enough. The poster reads, Wasted, the Stripy Hat Gang for grand theft, paint, and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon, 1,000 meat reward. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable! Want to go after them? Yes. Ah, hey, prescription. This is fun so far, although, like, I'm torn between, like, dilly-dallying and spending a ton of time through it, or if I should just kind of get through it and then play it again, like, play it multiple times, because it seems like, if I know the guys who made Kingdom of Loathing, there's gonna be a lot of content in here. Even if it's not a long game, there's gonna be a lot of things that you can find, interesting interactions, and so on. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It says, Wanted, the House in the Desert Gang, for mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the house in the desert, 500 meat reward. You wonder if the house is named after them or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. Want to go after them? Yes. So this is like empty cell, empty cell, empty cell. These are all empty cells. This empty cell is all ghostly. Why? So this is like a funny and kind of vacant lot. Am I gonna get to buy a house? There's tons of lots of it. What is all this? You saw the sign. There's nothing past there. Not a lot available past this point. It's like a funny RPG that is just dense with this water is for horses only. Oh well. Oh, and here's my horse. Comb her mane. Saddle up. This is actually a really large... This is our first time seeing the world map. Yeah, we're not finishing this game tonight. We're playing this for a while. So, we have a bunch of different places we can go. Let's start by going to Fort Cowardice. You notice trails of burnt vegetation off to the side of the trail, which can only mean one thing. A hellcalf is grazing nearby. We got the jump on him this time. Alright, so I don't have enough AP yet to ever use strong medicine in a fight. How many? Oh, it doesn't have that many hit points. We're fine. We'll love it. And now what does she have? She has heal and shoot. That's all she can do, is either heal or shoot all opponents for 3 damage. Glamour skill up. Putrid cow bile. This is a little vial of rancid cow bile that you kept for some reason. Oh, wow. This will be really nice. You skin the cow with your trusty knife, get extra thick leather. Okay. Yeah, I guess if it lasts all day, let's go ahead and just use that immediately. Putrid cow bile. Drink it. Oh, you're no cow scientist, but you're pretty sure this would kill you if you drank it. Come to think of it, you're pretty sure that there's not even any such thing as a cow scientist. Is it because my spleen is maxed out? Or does this take 2 spleen? Yeah, what's the deal? Why can't I use this? It says what it does. Actually, if it's that powerful, it probably does take multiple spleen, even though it doesn't say so. Oh well. We'll live. Oh, I have forage. Alright, we'll drink that instead. Cactus beer. Cactus drunk. Just like the old saying goes, when life gives you cannons, make a cannonade. You climb up into the watchtower and take a look around. Nice view from up here. Should I... They cost a lot. Maybe I should wait. Because I don't know if the locations that you discover... I'm going to wait just a little bit. But at least I know where a vantage point exists now. This cabinet is mostly empty, but there are a handful of boring personnel records in the back of one drawer. I'm going to examine them. They are incredibly boring. No, really, I want details. Fine, you read one. Walter Reed, clerk, pay grade, C2. B, 9/22/36. Deceased? No. Missed days 25. Accrued sick days 15. Satisfied? No. Another. 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 I'm reading them. Now you're just looking through at the same ones you've read before. What is wrong with you? I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I love it. I love it. Alright, I stopped loving it. This was once a reception desk, but now the most appropriate thing for it to receive would be a free trip to the dump. This is a door. More specifically, it's the door to the general's office. Even more specifically, it's the locked door to the general's office. I have lockpicking. Do I need it leveled up higher, I guess? Military grade whiskey, which I already drank something, so I can't drink this too. And hardtack. This is a special kind of government whiskey designed for soldiers in the field. It's fortified with all sorts of things, all sorts of vitamins and things, and can be used in a pinch to sterilize or at least make the victim feel better about a battle wound. This cracker is definitely optimized for shelf life instead of taste. I'm gonna eat it. Can't stop me. Right? Oh, I actually have liver capacity of 2, so I could... Yeah. There we go. You snap to attention, salute the battle of whiskey, and then drink it. Now get out there and die for your country. You gain an effect. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. And eat the hardtack. Tack hard. You're fortified with hardtack, making it harder to attack you. That was hard. This cupboard is bare, and it's also not really a cupboard. Spice rack. Oh, shaker of saltpeter. That's what we were looking for. This was the subject of a classic comedy bit at the last supper. Black. The stove is beyond cleaning. Oh, you hear sounds of several goblins snoring inside this tent. Obnoxious goblins, tough-looking goblin. Alright, let's deploy... deploy snake, or... No, we'll snake whip someone. No! That's terrible. I was really counting on her to help me. Whiff. Victory! You've heroically defeated the sleeping goblins who were guarding their beds. I got more mysticality. Head into the tent. This footlocker is empty. An unlocked footlocker. I guess that just makes it a footer? Open the footer. An unlocked footlocker. Oh, yeah, I already saw that. Smelling salts. Can I use that to bring, what's her name back? Is she fine now, or what? Where are they even? Salts! Salts! Oh, there they are. Oh, use in combat to give you, 1 additional action point. This is a bottle of foul-smelling ammonia crystals designed to disgust people into being more awake. That one is locked. I kick it open. Chemical bullet, which poisons an enemy. Oh, in addition to lead, this bullet is made with a substance that is highly poisonous when it gets into your blood. Nice. So I'll have to keep in mind... Oh, like, having a little bit more... This must be the math tent. Now, where is she here? She's here. Okay. Based on the papers and the anatomical diagrams scattered across its surface, you're guessing this desk belonged to Fort Cowardice's nurse. The papers are mostly just boring medical records. Dental daguerreotypes, lamentations that antibiotics haven't been discovered yet, that sort of thing. Hey, what's this? Looks like it might be important. You get marching orders. This is a set of army marching orders from before all of the army's marching orders were march back east just as fast as your lily-livered little yellow-bellied feet can go, you damnable cowards. They're just a bunch of disgusting drawings of sliced open bodies. Unlooted medical supplies on it. Render them looted. Restores HP in combat. Nice. Controlled substances. This must be where they store the really effective stuff. I don't have safe Kraken. Let me actually look at my... I don't have lockpicking, I now realize. I have hornswoggling, but only a little. Foraging, but only a little. I'm wondering if, since the combat is not that challenging, if I should take over my EXP spending and spend it on this other optional stuff. Although all it's going to get me is stuff that's more, you know, stuff that's going to make combat even easier, right? This sign has the goblin word for toilet on it. I only know this because I speak goblin now. That sign says toilet in goblin, which makes it seem pretty likely that goblins use this tent as a toilet. No way are you gonna go in there. Yikes, this mishap definitely got somebody fired. Ho, I get it. It's an unusually sized cannonball. Woof, it's heavy. Demi-culverin cannonball? This cannonball is made to fit a demi-culverin. A cannon with a bore diameter of 10 centimeters. No demi less, no demi more. That was... So there's nothing else to do in here other than use the binoculars. Let's just leave. And we'll go... Wander is an option? Weird. No, let's go to the Daveyard and further our quest. As you turn a corner, you come face to face with 3 bandits pushing a large barrel marked TNT down the trail. The 4 stare at you for a moment, unsure of how to deal with this potentially violent happenstance. And man, yeah, see? I wish I had some more hornswoggling. And I don't know if this is Dark Horse specific, that it helps you get away from things or what, but this game definitely has replay potential. I really like this. And it's funny because when you... obviously, the whole joke with Kingdom of Loathing is that you look at it and it's just stick figure art, so you figure, oh, whatever, this is just some throwaway game. When in reality, it has more depth than pretty much any... More depth than most RPGs that you're going to find. Practically that on the level of, like, a really long-lived MMO. Let's, This could actually be a tough fight. Should I just dynamite them? Dynamite one guy? Oh, but it didn't kill him. But she'll finish him off. No, she won't. The barrel's providing cover. We'll do this so that we can take out the guy who is covered. Oh, I have cover from this giant rock. Awesome. So let's just shoot them. Yeah, these guys are terrible. Good job of getting killed, idiots. Oh, and I got a bandit. Okay, we just got tricked out. Black hat. Don't be afraid of this hat. It's not inherently bad. It's just a common style choice for bad guys. Bandit pistol. Bandits get caught in a vicious circle where they use these guns to rob people to get money to buy better guns to rob better people and get more money for more guns. Black denim pants. These jeans are dyed black to make it easier to dress casually at night. So as soon as we get here, we will immediately trick ourselves out. Black denim pants are on. Floppy derby is +1 moxie, and I think armor might be better and look cooler. And this is definitely an upgrade to our current pistol. Alright. I don't have any boots yet? I don't have any boots yet. Don't like this. Don't like this. Don't like one bit of this. Well, if we're going to hunt down that necromancer, this looks like a good place to start. Watch out for those piles of bones. I can tell just looking at them that they're ready to jump up and fight. Alright. Here lies Dave B. 1834 to 1884. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. Dig up the grave just to check the veracity of the epitaph. Sure enough, boots, but no pants. And I was just saying how I wanted boots. And how I wanted to dig graves. Oh, nice. Oh, that's wonderful. Aside from a light dusting of what looks like blue chalk, these boots are remarkably well preserved for having spent so much time in a grave. Yeah, maximum AP, going from 1 to 2 is a big deal. This tree has dozens of messages carved into the bark, each reading, "Dave was here." These remains look pretty restless. So, strong medicine, and it doesn't end my turn, so I should start practically every fight by doing this. Down the hatch, +3 to all stats, and then shoot. Didn't feel a thing. You made the restless remains more restful. And 2 more gold teeth. Alice picks up a bone and examines it carefully. Yeah, let me turn that off. Turn that off and ignore combat stats for a little while. Here lies Dave C. 1828 to 1884. Went down in a theater. Here lies Dave J. 1826 to 1884. Rap-a-pa-pow. The skeleton of a Dave. Actually, maybe I won't bother to do this every single... You don't have a bone to pick, but you do have a bone. Alice surveys the scene and jots some notes down in her little notebook. Oh, because this is the Dave yard, so all of the dead people here are named Dave. Sure, why not? Here lies Dave L. 1790 to 1851. Died of a heart attack. See you in negative 36 years. What year is this? I missed. I don't know. Here lies Dave G. 1847 to 1884. He was looking to the sky to save him, but even the sky can't save a feller from 40 angry bears. Looks like the gravedigger left his lunchbox here. Oh boy. Free lunch. You got Vienna blood sausages and a thermos of spiked coffee. And they said there was no such thing as a free lunch. Get it? These bones are jumping around to beat the dickens. Beat the dickens out of them. You check the bones for dickens. Nope, you beat them all out. Handful of loose teeth. Perhaps you could sell them to a dental student. I love the way skulls look in this game. And in Kingdom of Loathing as well. This is one of those things they have in mausoleums. You know, one of those big marble things with drawers full of skeletons. I'll fight a skeleton. The skeleton of Dave Williams. Who's that? Luke? These are easy enough. Maybe I should try a bigger fight. It was an option. I also don't know what I need skeleton bones for, though. It's a moxie weed. Let's do it. Let's do it. Deadeye Dave Cody, Smart Dave Roosevelt, Beefy Dave Jones. Whiff! Spooky! I could probably turn on faster combat too. That's got to be an option. Not terribly worried about it though. I would hate to miss a funny thing, and there obviously are many funny things in the game. I wonder if it's normal or just luck that they're focusing on me. Like, is it because I'm in front? Or because I'm the main character, or what? Three up and 3 down is a thing they would say about this if baseball analogies were a thing now. Skull chips. Some itty-bitty bits of skull. Once they were good for keeping someone's brain cells inside, but not anymore. Oh, okay, she leveled up. Or something. She became stronger, whatever that means. Some kind of ritual circle drawn on the ground in red chalk. It's a big stone sarcophagus. This is a pile of mostly burned rags that maybe used to be a person? You dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. You got an item, gore splattered skull, human ashes, robe receipt. This scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscera to read. Lucky for you, you've gotten all that practice reading. Okay, this is a complicated joke, but I like it. I like it. I'm pretty sure they maybe had this joke originally somewhere in KOL, like one of the early places that you're sure to find. Okay, so there's the expression, Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Right? You get it? Outside of a dog, meaning other than a dog. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Gore-splattered scroll. This scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscera to read. Lucky for you, you've gotten all that practice reading inside a dog. Maybe it's not a good... I like it. I think it's a good joke. This is a human in the final stage of that whole ashes to ashes thing. Well, part of one at least. A human gets harder to keep track of when it's in powder form. This is a receipt for the delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. So I don't know if we can do anything else here. I could do another fight if I really cared to. Here lies Dave D, 1848 to 1884. The truth was out there. It killed him. Oh, David Duchovny. Ha. I wonder if was there a... Don't know who Dave G is. Is this like David Letterman? Dave Barry? I don't know who the Dave J is that says Rapapapow. Here lies Dave G, 1868 to 1884, murdered by a different feller named Dave G. Here's a pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change. Dig through it. It's mostly just boring, broken bones, but you do find a skull with a weird tag on it. You get an item skull with an odd tag on it. This tag has a little paper tag tied to it, which has intercemetery loan on it, and some notes on the other. Am I gonna go to a different cemetery someday? Am I going back to town now, or not yet? Let's go to the desert house, and then we'll go back to town. Flash of color. You parallel park your horse to stop and investigate the source. It's one of those cacti with the rainbow-colored buttons on it. Collect them. Cactus bits. Increases... Sometimes nature provides us with very, very weird food. Increases mysticality for the rest of the day. Which isn't a big deal for me, because I'm not a spellcaster. As you dismount and approach the house where the bandits are holed up, you hear a voice from inside say, "What was that?" Looks like you're going to have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on fracas. Sneaky is my middle name. Wait, really? Yes, Sneaky is my middle name. Oh no, if I say this, is it going to rename me to Infinite Pie Sneaky Glitch? I hope so. Okay, if you say so. Is that my name now? It totally is. Infinite Pie Sneaky Glitch. Oh, and I have the... Oh, it's not doing XP for me automatically, so... Now I can go ahead and just up Hornswoggling on my own, and I will probably... Some of these are fairly cheap, right? That's cheap. We can do that. I'm going to wait and get another 100 XP and use it on Hornswoggling. Or increase this. This is such a useful skill. Let's do that, and now I'm going to wait and save 100 XP. From the sound of it, you'd say this doghouse contains an angry dog. Alright, I'll say it. This doghouse contains an angry dog. Very funny. You're not going to be able to get past it without alerting the gang inside the house. Oh, I can give the doggy a bone! With a knick-knack paddywhack, you achieve your aim. The dog begins contentedly gnawing on the human femur. The hinges on this gate are really rusty. If you open it, the guys inside are definitely going to hear it. Let me rethink this. Maybe there's another way in. Is there anywhere that I can get some oil and come back later? This isn't gonna work. Should I turn stupid walking back on? Oh, it actually... Alright, it doesn't work. Huh. Where would I get oil? Whatever. Rufus Roughhouse, Coffee House, Art House. Yeah, she leveled up. She's useful now. I like this. You'll never take us alive. Also, we'll never pay for this house. Finishes both of them off. Yeah. Easy. Didn't even need to sneak. Bag of ear. Justice has been served to the old house gang. You get an item, bag of ears and such. You didn't feel like carrying the entire house in the desert gang back to town, so you just took a few bits. Desert gang 6-gun. This is a fancy 6-gun. You might even go so far as to rate it a 7-gun. Black boots. These already black boots have been thoroughly blacked? They must have been stolen from somebody with both fashion sense and meat in abundance. Hooray. What's this? Oh, I have so much stuff now that they're sorting it for me. How nice of them. Alright, okay. The black boots are better than the brown boots, so we want those. Six to 7 is better than 5 to 7, and I get the bonus stat. All good. Wow, they give me a lot of options. Alright, I guess we're all set? Oh, let me turn the walking back off. A solitary skeleton. Fight it. A mindless skeleton. You won. Hey, skeleton. Sucks to be you. Where am I gonna find needles? Alright, so what are some of the things we need to do? Something about a railroad crew. Saltpeter. Alright, so the chef in here wanted the saltpeter. Have you got that saltpeter yet? Yep, got it right here. That's the stuff. Thanks. Okay, the next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called a murder pepper. Because it's really spicy? No, because it literally has a knife and kills people who ask dumb questions. They grow in the area outside of town. You should be able to find one if you just wander around a little while. Okay. I guess that's what the wander option is for. Let me come here and see if they sell needles. They do not. Let me claim the bounty on them. Well, this certainly is a bag of severed ears and teeth and such. Which gang was this? The House in the Desert gang. I'll take your word for it. Good job. Thanks a bundle. Let me look again. There's really nothing... There's nothing here except for useful stuff. Nothing like needles. I need to find haystacks if I want that. You catch a whiff of something that makes your eyes water. You trace it to its source, a vividly colored red shape hanging from a scraggly little plant. This must be the southeast western murder pepper that that feller at the Jewel was looking for. Your finger and thumb immediately start throbbing as you pluck the pepper. You toss it into your rucksack before it can do any more damage. This incredibly spicy pepper only grows in a narrow region of the West. Hot! There's an old mission not far from here. They might let you check out their catacombs if you ask nice. Ooh, that sounds awesome, I suppose. Did you find me a murder pepper? Yeah, here it is. Ah, a big one. That'll last a while. Good going. Okay, so if you're still looking for stuff to do, I need someone to go check my mail. I ordered a new saute knife, but I haven't got the time to go fetch it myself. Here's the key to my post office box. 441. What are we gonna get at the end of the day from all of these fetching shenanigans? You open the box and a torrent of junk mail falls out to reveal a knife just sitting loose in the box. You pick it up. Saute knife. Even though you're holding it, you're still pretty sure there's no such thing as a saute knife. Anyway, it's too thin to use as a weapon, so it's not even worth stealing. Back to the chef. I didn't even think of that. Doing no cooking myself, I would not have thought that a saute knife is a silly thing. Have you got my knife? Yep, here you go. Excellent. This will work even better than that hammer I was using. Okay, I only need one more favor from you, but it's the most important. I used to have this recipe for a very secret jerk sauce, but my jerk friend Dave J stole it from me, and then he died and took the secret to his grave. Literally, I mean. He was buried with it. You want me to dig up his grave? He's dead. He won't mind. Oh, okay. Back to the Dave yard. Howdy there. I'm Wandering Sally. Howdy, Sally. I'm Infinite Pie. What's your line? Trading. I wander all around these lands just like it says on the label. And I buy a little here and sell a little there to make my way. Care to see the wares? Do you sell needles? She does. She sells... Oh, she probably only has these 3. Oh, alright. Work boots. I already have good boots. You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you shouldn't use this to do either of those things. If it's that expensive, I'll probably get one for free somewhere, right? Right? Maybe, right? So again, a great joke on a classic saying, you know, lucky rabbit's foot, and then the description would be, it's not so lucky for the rabbit, right? Lucky marigold. I know what you're thinking, not so lucky for the marigold, but actually marigolds aren't conscious, so they can't really conceive of good or bad luck. I already have a what on my... I have the +1 armor, which is probably not that great. But what the hell? I don't care enough. Lock. The padlock got its name because it's like a wizard that protects your house. Weird. Ooh, have I eat? I did eat something today already. You should be grateful that you live in the part of the world where apples exist. I never thought of it that way, but okay. Let me sell some of these. Like, I don't need... Oh, it tells me I have this equipped. Alright, so this I can sell. And the other gun, I can sell. I have that equipped. I want to sell the brown boots. Some of these things I don't know what they're used for, if anything, so I'm not going to sell them. I don't think I want the hat anymore. Good enough. Oh, I'm glad I have needles now, though. You encounter an overturned wagon surrounded by ruined books and broken spectacles. Looks like a family of especially literate homesteaders met an untimely end here. Tragic. You pore over the detritus and manage to find exactly one book that is both undestroyed and remotely interesting to you. Wow, that is good. That's going to teach me another skill? I just randomly found that? There's an essay extolling the virtues of shooting wildly without looking where you're aiming. Gives Shootinanny, a skill that lets you fire a whole bunch of bullets at random targets. There's a fold-out chart listing all the hottest new poisons. Gives Expert Poisoner, a passive skill that multiplies the amount of poison you apply to enemies when you poison them. And Debilitating Toxins Where Are They Now gives Bad Medicine. I feel like... See, I'm already at the point where... the good medicine, or strong medicine, whatever, that I already have... I kind of want to pick up the passive skill, but I don't do a whole lot of poisoning. So maybe I'll grab Shootinanny. You read the essay and really take its lessons to heart. You fire wildly into the air until it feels like second nature. Have a wild shooting party. Oh, AP costs 3, so I can't use this at all yet. It must be really good. Unfortunately, it looks like several of your shots, stray shots, hit the magazine, and it's pretty much a Swiss magazine. It's pretty much a Swiss magazine about cheese at this point. Aw. So we're here to dig up somebody's grave, right? You dig up the grave and pry open the coffin. Instead of a corpse, it contains a garbage bag? Strange. Reach inside. You reach into the garbage bag and are surprised to find that it's full of pudding? No, it's not just pudding. It's pudding and motor oil. Who would do this? Keep digging. You finally manage to reach all the way to the bottom of the bag and retrieve a sodden lump from the bottom. You unglob the wad and dry it off, then wash your arm in a nearby ditch. This better be worth it. Dave's secret sauce recipe. Just combine these ingredients into a small pot, stir, and abracadabra, rapapapow. Is there a Dave J who makes hot sauce? I'm not big into the hot sauce scene, so I don't know. Let's go here before we go back. A skeleton approaches you in that jittery, stop-motion-y way that skeletons do. Judging by its hat, it appears to be the skeleton of a bean slinger. You remember the classic saying, Old bean slingers die like normal people, but sometimes they keep walking around and casting spells at you afterwards. Trick and take its hat. I do like to hornswoggle. Oh, now this won't do at all. Your posture is terrible. You look like you died of scoliosis. The skeleton stands still, puzzled as you move around behind it and grab its shoulders. Come on now, shoulders straight. Shoulders back, spine straight. That's a little better, but geez, look at the curve in this neck. Hold still for a second. With a sharp twist, you pop the skeleton's skull right off, take its hat, and toss the skull away. The rest of the body scampers off to try to find it. Much better. Spell damage, which doesn't do me any good. Danger? Spider? This is terrible news. We may need to abandon this game. Or I may need to fight this with my eyes closed. Cavern Canyon. The bones make you pretty reluctant to investigate this hole. No, what are you doing? Medicine. Ooh, laudanum. This tincture of opium is widely lauded. Haha. As a super great thing that's great to use all the time. You should leave right now before that spider eats you. No way are you going back in there. Oh, I have a crowbar. These boards can't hide from your prying eyes or your prying crowbar. You can see the gang on the other side of this big pile of junk, but you're not going to be able to get to them from this end. Maybe if you had more legs, you'd be able to pick your way through it. I don't get it. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tacked onto it says, "Please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a spider." It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. Do I really want to fight a giant spider? Do I? Oh, the tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through it unless you're a huge spider. You hear a horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering. Then silence. I totally don't want to go inside. Must I? Must I really? The gang has been prepped for spider consumption. Danger, kitchen. Danger, bar. This poor chef is chained to the wall. His eyes widen as you approach. Hey, you're not one of them. Are you here to rescue me? Sure. Oh, thank goodness. He thrusts his hand into yours and shakes vigorously. I'm Doug. Infinite Pie. How do you do, Doug? Well, I've been chained up in this dank cave for weeks, cooking for those stripy-headed idiots. That sounds awful. You want to know the worst part? There's a perfectly good oven 8 feet to my right and a shelf of perfectly good ingredients 8 feet to my left. How is that the worst part? This chain is only 4 feet long. Ah, that's rough. I know, right? There I was, fresh out of culinary school, and a million meat idea in my head, and now here I am, 4 feet shy from my dreams, cooking the same pot of soup over and over again. What million meat idea? You promised not to steal my idea, right? I Oh, then I'm not going to tell you my idea. Aw, come on. Wait a minute, you can't just leave me here. Come on, promise you won't steal my idea so we can get on with this. Can do. Sheesh. All the heroes in the West and I get you. Just go. I'll wait for somebody who isn't an unscrupulous intellectual property thief. Fine, fine, I promise I won't steal your idea. Okay then, it's a new kind of sandwich, or maybe a taco. It's so revolutionary that I'm not quite sure where it fits on the whole hand food taxonomy, to be honest. Anyway, in the middle of it, there's a sausage. But it's sausage made from the cheapest parts of a pig, ground up so finely that you can't identify them anymore. Okay. And it's served in a long split roll, which soaks up the grease so you can't tell how fatty the sausage is. And the best part, the name, you ready to hear the name? Sure. I call it the hot dog. What do you think? How about the hot infinite pie instead? Don't be ridiculous. Hot infinite pie. What does that even mean? Haha, ridiculous. Hey, there's no need to be mean about it. He sighs. Not that any of this even matters. Even if I did get off this chain, there's no point in hanging around this empty cave making hot dogs just for myself. I don't even like the taste of them. Set up shop in Dirtwater? Brilliant! You're a genius, Infinite Pie. Hot dogs for sale all day, every day. I'll make a mint. Say, there's an idea. What if I added mint to the sausage mixture? You help him break his chains. He leaves the cave, hauling the oven and shelf full of ingredients, muttering to himself about new sausage recipes. That's that, then. Danger. Bar. Oh, well, what's this? Looks like this place needs a new bartender. He had a jaw harp in his pocket. Maybe they killed him for playing the jaw harp too much. It's a little twanger. You can plunk it if you like. All these bottles are empty. A few bottles left. Oh, cheap whiskey, cheap tequila, cheap wine. This isn't the fanciest whiskey in the West, but let's face it, you're not the fanciest cowpoke in the West either. There are a lot of fine tequilas in the West. This is not one of them. The label says it's from Italy, so it can't be that bad, can it? Oh wait, it actually says it's from Italy. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse, except for one which Alice carries in her medical bag. He was smaller than he looked, and head back to Dirtwater Jail. Is that the Stripy Hat Gang? What happened to them? They had a run-in with a giant spider of justice. Fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. Groovy. So those other guys that I killed, I could have captured. Are there wanted posters for ghosts? Yet another wanted poster. Wanted, the Black Hat Bandits for horse theft and the selling of counterfeit glue. Last seen headed north towards the old millinery. No good can come of criminals with access to hat-making machinery. Yes, indeed. You mark the location of the millinery on your map and spend some time saying millinery over and over. Millinery. It's a good word. Wanted, the Potemkin Gang for unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations. Last seen in an unregistered settlement north of Dirtwater. The poster shows the location of these The poster shows the location of the suspicious city these guys are hiding out in. Want to go check it out? You note the location and resolve to bring these unlicensed builders to justice. So I'll have to keep in mind, if it looks like I'm going to have to fight them, I should it looked like I got double the reward for turning these guys in alive. So I should make that, I should try to do that. Oh, let's fix this guy with my needles. You pick the lock. You open the hatch and check out the machinery inside. There's obviously something wrong, given all the plinking and springing and clicking noises coming out of the gears and stuff. It looks pretty complicated. I see what's wrong. You recalibrate some springs and arrange some gears, and the machinery inside starts operating smoothly. The music improves immediately. Nothing to it. How do you feel about that? Oh, he doesn't care. Howdy, Infinite Pie. What can I get you? Hey, Lloyd. I fixed the piano player for you. I thought so. He sounds so much better. Thanks a heap, Infinite Pie. I'd offer you a room in exchange, but you've already got one. No worries, Lloyd. Okay. I do have 100. Let's learn to hornswoggle even better. Take a little muscle and some more moxie. And then I should get ready to, pump both of those up, really. Even though I can't use shooting any yet. In fact, maybe just plan to max this right out. No, maybe. I don't know. We've got options, and so far they haven't presented me with any combat that's, you know, gonna cause any huge problems, but alright, so let's do this. We've got a bunch of stuff up north, but on our way up there, I'm gonna use the binoculars here. You see a streak of fire blast across the sky and land just over the horizon. You ride to the site of the impact and find a meteor. You scour the area around the impact crater. 500 meat just for walking. You see the smoking ruins of a ranch near the northern horizon. You discover the map location Butterfield Ranch. You climb down the watchtower and pitch the binoculars in a nearby trash can. Keep Fort Cowardice beautiful. So where's that Butterfield? Up there. Alright, on our way there, we're gonna hit the railroad camp. Oh, and we just found... yeah, Snake Spring. It's a tuna cactus. Oh, if I had more foraging. Maybe I'll save up for that next. You got a perk, mostly scabs. You've been poked by so many cactuses that your body has built up an entire extra set of skin capillaries just to deal with the constant tiny puncture wounds. I knew it would pay off eventually. Actually, I didn't. Coffee cactus. You drained some delicious coffee from the cactus's flower stalks. You got an item, hot coffee. Whether you're riding the range or trying to recover from a big city hangover, a cup of joe is always welcome. Does that count as food, or... counts as spleen. You drink the cup of joe. My name's Infinite Pie. What if my name was Joe? I gotta name my next character Joe. An endless stream of snakes pours out of a hole in the canyon wall. Grab a big one. Not enough skin on it. Alright. Snake liver. They call this the liver because snakes need it in order to live. I suck. You successfully killed 4 snakes out of infinity snakes. Just infinity more to go. Now back to the railroad camp. We might encounter something on the way. We always do. Boxed in. Oh, you round the corner in a box canyon to find yourself face to face with a pyro bolt. You're boxed in. Wow! An extra hot pyro bowl. I'll be drinking my medicine. We're gonna take this guy out, no problem. Check it out. That's one less pyrobo terrorizing the countryside. Roasted cow tongue. A lot of people don't like the idea of eating something that can taste you back, and believe me, nothing about this particular cow tongue is going to change their minds. For centuries, we ate them. These teeth are proof that they've decided it's their turn. Only thousands left to go. Not infinity. The Manifest Destiny Railroad Company. The heavy old bear. Yep, the good old Steam Leviathan. This guy should never be put in charge of a switch. He's too busy playing with his watch to get any work done. Ask him where he got it. Say, that's a nice watch. Where'd you get it? I bought it from this gal what runs a store down south of here, name of Button Willow. Button Willow McSomething. Where's this store exactly? Oh, you can't miss it. It's right in between a cactus and a different cactus. Thanks. Don't mention it. No, really, thanks a lot. Sure, don't mention it. I mean it. I really appreciate you telling me where that store is. His eyes narrow. Really, it's no trouble at all. Don't mention it. I mean it. I've run out of ways to thank you. But I really do want you to know that I'm very grateful for your help. His face starts to turn red. Do not mention it. He looks about ready to punch you if you don't knock it off. Okay, don't mention it. She's not getting much track-lay, but she's an expert whistler. You approach the beleaguered-looking man with the tiny glasses. Howdy there, who's in charge of this outfit? If I'm being charitable, I'd say that the fellow over there in the white hat is the foreman. He points at the man next to a huge pile of rocks. And if you're not? He smiles. Then I'd say that paper-backed idiot over there in the absurd white hat is the fellow you're looking for. Alrighty, thanks. Hi, are you in charge? I'm wondering if there's anything I can do to help. You want to know something? I love trains. Oh? Ever since I was a little boy. Huge, magnificent, roaring iron beasts. They were magical to me, like dragons. When the opportunity arose to take on management of this rail line, I jumped on it like a shot. And you know what I learned? Well, what's that? Organizing and building and running one of these operations is the most amazing pain in the ass you will ever imagine. You want to help? Congratulations, you're the new foreman. I'm going home to play with my models. Swell. Can I have your hat? I can't have his hat. I guess I'm the boss now? Well, I suppose you can't be any worse than that last clown. Name's Smee. I'm your assistant. What's the situation? Well, I'm sure you didn't miss seeing this giant pile of rocks blocking our path. The surveyors say there isn't any other suitable mountain path, so we can't reroute around it even if we had the months it'd take. Any ideas? Well, by my calculations, we could dynamite it clear without too much trouble. Problem is, it'll take a lot of dynamite, a whole year's worth, I figure. We used to keep that much on hand for emergencies such as this one, but a pack of goblins stole it all. Sneaky little varmints. Alright, I'll get it back for you. Glad to hear it. The goblins are holed up over in Gustavson Gulch. It's a real rough place. You might want to spend some time getting the lay of the land and honing your fighting skills before you head out that way, especially if you're planning to go guns blazing. We don't need that specific dynamite, though. Any you can lay your hands on would be fine, as long as there's enough of it. I'll look into it. So before we go there, they hinted that this is a higher level area, and I haven't run into any problems with combat, but if we can, let's maybe clear out a little of the other stuff first. Looks like there's still a good chunk of game left. I saw some, I mean, I guess it's because I'm reading everything out loud and also trying to do as much as possible, but somebody on the Steam page for this had said there was something like 4 to 6 hours worth of game, which was not being very, like, if you rushed through this, you could get it done in 4 hours, I'm sure, but you would have to really be, like, really try. Alright, Dynamite Dan's discount oh wait, you find a flyer for a dynamite store up north. It's charred around the edges like it got blown here by an explosion. Keep going where we're going. We'll go to Dynamite Dan's next. Whoa! This is our first whole cow. Okay. I'll fight a cow. See if I won't. A hell calf with a lot of hit points. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. Well, I guess my moxie is pretty high. Yeah, it's having a lot of trouble hitting me. Oh my goodness! Ugh. You banished that demonic cow from this realm. Get thee hence, little doggy. Tainted beefsteak. This would have been a prime piece of beef, full of potential, before its owner was taken over by a smoldering demonic spirit. Now it's well done. I actually like well done steak. Fight me. I'll take a rope. If you need to tie something to something else and you don't think string or twine or cord or jute is up to the task, you'll need some of this, and there's a needle in this haystack. You know damn right. There's something buried in the smoldering embers. Ow, 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 you got a red-hot poker, which I think is a weapon that I don't actually need. So what are we gonna buff up here? If I concentrate on strong medicine, it's gonna be like the only thing I'm gonna wanna use AP on for like the whole rest of the game. I could also really buff up deploy. I think what I'll do is I am gonna put another another point in strong medicine, and when we find a way of having a third AP, at that point I'll decide whether I'm gonna switch over into shoot nanny, or just buff up deploy snake and start every combat by going strong medicine, deploy snake. Yeah, because I'm out of XP now, so in the next 100 XP, I'll make that decision. You notice some words carved into the side of the outhouse. Curly was here. Wait a second. You recognize that name. Curly. Curly Butterfield, the legend of Curly's meat. Looks like maybe this outhouse is worth investigating. The legend of Curly's meat was something from KOL. I don't remember exactly what, though. Luckily, you don't have to go inside the outhouse, because once you open the door, you find a map scratched to the inside of it. The map reveals the location of a mine just west of the ranch, named labeled Coal Ridge. There's an inset map of the mine itself with a big X scrawled between 3 strange triangular icons. Curious. You have nothing to churn. Lockpicking 2. I don't have lockpicking as a skill. To your horror, you see that every single cow in the Butterfield dairy herd is now an ungolith, an infernal cow spirit bound in stone. They're not dangerous unless you get near them. It's pretty strong. Duke. Yeah, +7 to all stats every combat. It seems so good. You thinned the herd a little. Not enough. It can never be enough. Menudo geode? Sometimes a pocket of intestines remains behind when a count undergoes the transition to an infernal ungolith. And you get one of these. A stone sphere full of boiling tripe. Do you eat it? I guess it's food. Hooray. And there's just an infinite number of them there if I ever want to fight them. So torn by places to go. Let's go to Dynamite Dan's. A nearby hissing sound alerts you to the presence of a snake, or at least something that sounds like a snake, which turns out to be a goblin cooking flapjacks on a flat and baking hot rock. The grayish batter sizzles as the goblin pours out some more, and then they look up and give you a surprised look. Hey, what? What, a human? Hey, what to doing out here, you? You to thieving flapjacks, maybe? Nope. Be calm. I will not jack your flaps. Did I say that wrong? I will not flap your jock jams. To flapping? Please, what you to wanting? To waiting and looking behind, many snakes to approaching, unheard for flapjacks or sizzling. Snakes? These are a delicious ingredient, but I am seeing not snakes. Never to minding. I mistake, perhaps a stick. Goodbye, I too leaving. With your meat. Are you okay? Oh, so I can skip the quest for 5,000 meat, but I'm not going to do that. And I don't think I want any more dynamite. I should have a little? I don't have a little dynamite. Time to fix that. Wandering Sally. Oh. Waving her whiskey bottle around. What do you say, Alice? We're getting near Fort Alldead. I've heard there's serious necromantic activity there. We should take a look. It sounds pretty sinister. What is it? Well, pretty much just what it sounds like. It's an old army fort where all the soldiers died. Except rumor is they're still walking around in there. Did they name it Fort Alldead before they all died? No, originally it was called Fort Just Fine. You walk into the millinery and find 5 bandits lounging around on big piles of half-made hats. It's the law! Skedaddle! The bandits scatter like cockroaches, each shutting themselves behind a different door. Guess you'll have to wrangle them individually. Fine. This patch of filthy floor wears a lot of hats. These crates are full to the top with brims. These hats look more comfortable to sit on than to wear. This was apparently the demo model from a player piano showroom. It's got 3 songs in it. They're all children's versions of traditional songs that are in the recently invented public domain, and they're all set up to play just the first few seconds on a loop. The people who worked here must have hated it. What song do you want to set the dial to? The Yellow Rose of Public Domain, My Old Public Domain Home, Public Domain Joe. Don't touch that dial. This door is very locked. Given the quality of the one-liners around here, you don't need multiple. Womp womp. Here's a guy you caught. Oh, I bet if you miss, you have to fight them. Creepy chapeau. Shoddy hats. That one's moving. Dense. You don't know much about hat making, but this, you know this doesn't make any sense. This is cute. More brims. Brims, brims, brims. Even more brims. Oh! Haha, that one's different. Deal with them? Not just yet. Oh, right, I can't get in there. Yeah, Silenia, this is by the same people. And has all of the same humor. Kingdom of Loathing is still around, is still, like, going. 14 years now, and this is an RPG that just came out a couple days ago by the same people, and is very reminiscent of it. What do you want to do, these guys? Yes, turn them in. You march the Black Hat Bandits back to Dirtwater on the end of a rope and lock them in the town jail. Where'd you find them? That old millinery? Yep. Of course. You know, bandits would be a lot harder to find if they didn't keep picking such thematic hideouts for some reason. Anyway, here's your reward. All in a day's work. Unfortunately, one of the people, I failed their quests, and so I actually killed them instead of taking them in. Oh, I already have that one. A 5th wanted poster. The poster says, "Wanted, the Gherkin brothers for kidnapping, brining kidnapping victims, and attempted sale of human flesh for consumption. Last seen headed for the old abandoned pickle factory." Interesting. Can't let those dastardly criminals escape justice. Wouldn't be kosher. Would you like to go investigate? Yes. You mark the old pickle factory on your map. Hopefully, chasing these guys down won't get you into a real, you know. Yeah, it's $11, and right now, since it just launched, it's 10% off for, you know, a week or so. I highly recommend it. I've been playing it for about a little over 3 hours now. It's like, I don't think I'm even halfway done yet. So, I mean, it's short-ish, but there's, as you would expect from the guys who made Kingdom of Loathing, it is very dense with content. There are jokes everywhere. There's a lot of replay value because you can play through as different classes. You can get different partners that join you. And if you care to discover every last little thing, there's tons of stuff to do. So I'm just gonna play a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna actually maybe I'll end here. No, let's do one last thing. Let's we're gonna come over here. Campsite. Destroyed campsite. Let's go there. Knapsack seems like it's taken a lot of abuse. Search it. This most of the contents are trashed from being stomped on. You do find a dented can of potted meat, though. You also notice that the knapsack has a knife sheath strapped to the side, but you don't see the knife anywhere. Potted meat. Nothing says quality like meat in a can, or rather, nothing claims quality like the label on a can of meat. And that's actually a really, really nice effect. I will be eating next time I get to eat, I'll be eating that instead. This tent is a real mess. It looks like it was trampled by a herd of cows. There's something odd about it, though. This campfire has been thoroughly stomped on and kicked. Looks like someone was real serious about fire safety. Yikes. You think maybe this used to be a person? Diagnosis, Doc? Cause of death, hit by freight train. The only tracks I see are cow tracks, though. Could have been cows, I suppose. There's a leg missing, though. Cows aren't meat eaters. Well, neither are trains. There are cow tracks leading away from the mangled corpse. It probably wouldn't be hard to follow them. You follow the cow tracks for 100 yards or so, after which they stop suddenly. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest nearby. It makes me wonder if I'm going to find something later that's going to help me there. A stankobove, a cow's skull floating in a cloud of noxious vapors, and you saw it even before you smelled it. Or it saw you even before you smelled it. Ah, she's getting taken out. Alright. No! She's still alive, though. You really crushed that stinker. Yes, I did. No entry. A bar. Real jail. Non-fake horse sales. Genuine TNT and sandwiches. Town hall for an actual town. You duck into the outhouse to plan your next move. While you're pondering, you notice something weird. This outhouse has a back door. Let's not go there just yet. I want to explore this not real town. The bandit looks distraught. What's the matter, buddy? I lost my belt buckle. The guy shouts, "That place is condemned. It's not safe to go in there," and runs over to stop you. No entry. A guy shouts, "The hostler is on vacation right now," and runs over to stop you. No entry. Visiting hours are over. No entry. Bar is closed for piano repair. No entry. No, let me in. I don't know if I get it. Let's leave through the back door. The music playing backwards. This doesn't seem safe at all. There's TNT along at this 4th building. Hefty load. This is the back of the jail. Turns out it's just flat plywood, like a theatrical set. The ropes that are holding this thing up don't look very strong. You could knock it over pretty easily, but you should probably hold off until just the right moment. Do I need to catch all 3 of these people, or what? What's the deal? So I can get her in front of the jail. But now if I go to the jail, she moves. Right. I'm just doing this to get all 3 of them in front of the jail. Not going near the entrance, just going near her. Now they're all standing there. I don't even know if all 3 of them are part of the gang, but... Crash! The fake building falls over on the real bandits. The gang is knocked out. Take him to jail. Say, that's the Potemkin gang. How'd you get him? Pushed a jail over on him. What? Never mind. All one day's work. So 169. I still don't have a 3rd AP. I guess I need better boots to get that. I'm gonna go ahead and say let's put our money on... snakes die... Well, no. Leveling it up will probably make it so the snake doesn't die that fast, right? Right? Right. Do that. A little bit on Deadeye. A little bit on Muscle. We should be all set. Alright. How do I save? There we go. Main menu. I assume, yes, that seems to have already saved. Infinite Pie Sneaky Glitch. All right, this has been really cool. So I think the deal is I'm going to continue playing this and Deponia back to back, and once I finish one of them, I will go back to Tales of Berseria to give that another try, or to keep going with it a little bit further, give it a little bit more of a chance. But this has been a lot of fun. I hope to play a lot more of it. Well, I still haven't decided if it's going to be worth it to do a second playthrough of this on stream. There's no question that I'll be playing through it more than once, even if it's offline. But yeah, this is great. This is like a good use of your $10 if you were going to pick up a $10 game.